Hey, what's up, people? So, I'm coming back with the Bone Temple, and when I was driving home from this movie, I was thinking about what I was gonna say because I really wanted to do my video like shortly after I watched it. That was my original plan. But I quickly realized that I needed to ruminate on it a little bit more than a drive home. And so I thought about the movie, sporadically over the course of the last couple days. And the first thing that I noticed about this movie immediately was they kept the same exact vibe. Everything they had going, they expounded on, expanded the lore, and this movie, while it worked for me, it's not really going to work for everybody. I think that's why they're already pulling it out of theaters, seemingly not even a month after release. It's just like a couple weeks after release. And the theater was a little bit scarce when I was in there. Of course, it was on like the second or third week or whatever. So, no, I think the second week, just the second week. So it was on the second week, and they're already pulling it out of theaters, which means, or they're already limiting it in theaters, which obviously means it's not doing that well. I think they were already shooting the other one, so this thing might pick up some cult steam, but even though it works for me, I understand how it's not going to work for everybody, and as much as it pains me to admit it, I understand why it's not going to work for everybody. This movie, first off, it's less gory. It is gory. I'm not trying to downplay that aspect of it. It's brutal and it's vicious, but it's also just a story of humanity. And in as much as if an apocalyptic situation went down, which it may at any point, certainly I would say it has in the past, there are going to be roving gangs of murder cults, and there are going to be villages of people trying to get it together, and there are going to be weird loners, and there are going to be people still laughing, and there are going to be people still teaching their children, and there are going to be people still dancing to music. The thing that surprised me, well, the thing that I noticed first about this movie was that they continue with it being beautiful. It's lush, it's vibrant, it's alive, it's green, and music played a massively important role in this film, which I personally loved. I'm a big music guy. If you like music, if you like metal, this has the most metal use of a song that you have ever seen in a movie. It is on fucking point. I don't even know how else to explain it. It is on point. Just from the start of it all the way through the whole joint, which I'm pretty sure they played the whole song, and it was literally like just badass. From the start of it to the end of it, I was like, wow, that's incredible. Just the way they shot it, the way they envisioned it, the way that they pieced it all together, it was it was everything that I could have wanted that scene to be. And they when they laid it out, like they certainly foreshadowed this event, but I didn't really like pick up on it. So when it happened, I was like, "Oh shit, what's about to go down? Oh shit, I see what's going down." And then I was like, "Damn, they did this awesome." So it was a welcome, maybe not a surprise, but it was a welcome addition to what I was already seeing and what I wanted to see. Now, um, let me see what else I can say that's not spoilage. Music is certainly important. The humanity of people is the most important thread of the whole film. Honestly, not not the horrificness of the virus, but the humanity of what lies past it. It was really just a good movie. As far as a sequel goes, with the way that they capped everything off, I just feel like I almost wish they would just leave it, because to me it was good enough where I can create the rest of the story in my head. But I know they're trying to make this money and they're trying to get everything to be, it has to be so blatant in front of the eyes of people today because people are just silly. I don't really know what the hell they're talking about. Now, there was, you know, the moment that brought like a little bit of startle to me was awesome. It was worth the whole series, just to be frank about it. Just this one part of a scene where you realize, like, I can't give that away. But, alright, here's what I'm going to do. I give this movie a 9. I suggest that if you enjoyed these movies, you're certainly going to like it. If you like Bone Temple, you're going to like this movie. So, it'll be worth your watch if you are a horror person. And honestly, if you're not really a horror person, this series might be worth your watch just because of the interesting take. I mean, it's just a different kind of story than you've seen before, and that in itself is worth it sometimes. So, with that said, I gave it a 9, and if you don't like spoiler alert, have a good night. Enjoy yourself. If you do want a spoiler alert, sit with me for one more minute, because I just gotta unload some shit here. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye. Immediately, you realize that the kid is in this Jimmy Savile murder cult. Now, if you don't know who Jimmy Savile is, you could look that up. Savile. I don't really have time to go into all of it, but the fact that they made like a Jimmy Savile murder cult in the midst of this time where a doctor is using morphine to cloud the pain that comes with the virus, and then using certain psychiatric drugs and different combinations to try to, after he cleared the pain from the body, to clear the fog from the mind, and ultimately worked with one of the infected long enough to comprehend how to turn them back into human beings, and also managed to do so, and also lost his life in an unfortunate fashion. I mean, just And then seeing the realization of an infected come back to being the human being that he actually was. I mean, all of it just really, it was beautiful. The doctor accepting his death that he knew was inevitable at some point anyway, although it certainly came way too early and shouldn't have been so early for him. He realized that memento mori. It's a beautiful sentiment, because we all do have to die, and we are all going to die. And the more graceful that you can face that, the better off your life and death is going to be. I think we probably all realize that intrinsically. So, yeah, man, this was a good movie. If you're a sentimental, horror-loving fan, you're definitely going to like it, I think. So, have a good night. Me and Shadow are chilling. Afton doesn't feel well, so she's already asleep. And that's a little unusual for her on a Friday. But here we are, and I hope that you guys have a great night. And we probably won't see you on too many of these OG videos, but we're almost ready to switch things up out here. It's coming. Have a good night.